Alright, so my speech is how to hit a forehand and how to hit a backhand. So first off, did anyone here like to play tennis or have played tennis? I know it's a pretty common sport. So just to start off, we'll go ahead with the forehand. And there's four things that you need to know. One is anticipation, two is your form, three is your footwork, and four is your vision on the court. So for the first step, you want to look where the ball's coming, and you want to run over, and when you set up, you want one foot in front of the other. And when you take your first step, your racket should drop, letting you swing from low to high. That's always important to remember, so keep that in mind. Now, your form, this arm right here, your left arm, should almost guide the racket through, almost like you're swinging it first, as I just showed you. Now, your vision's important because looking where the opponent is lets you pick where you want to hit the ball. You don't want to hit it right back at them, so you need to be looking, and then right when the ball comes, you make contact, eyes on the racket. So, that's easy for the forehand. Now to explain the hard one, the backhand. So, when the ball's approaching you, you want to bend down. It's almost like a lefty baseball swing, and I'm pretty lucky because I am left-handed in baseball. So, what you want to do is you hold both arms out like this, firm. You want your racket about this, about parallel with you, at a 90-degree angle to the ground. Then when the ball comes, you want to bend your knees, and then you swing through the ball, coming up on the ball, giving it topspin, almost brushing up on the ball, as I just showed you. And it's also important to remember low to high, not high to low. You don't swing like that in tennis. So, now back to the forehand. Now, it's important for your grip is also another really big part of tennis. What you want to do is put your racket out in front of you like this, and you shake hands almost with the racket. So you want to hold the racket just like that. This way, when hitting the forehand, it allows you to turn the racket over, like I just showed you, almost like this. It allows the ball to spin and kick up when the ball gets to the opponent. Now on the backhand, you can also hit a one-handed backhand, which it's almost just a forehand with the hand with the arm closest towards the other player, so it's more of a sweep, and it's very tough to do. It's only for really advanced players. I don't recommend hitting one. I don't think they're very good. And then also the other shots you can hit with your forehand, you can hit a drop shot, which you kind of start high and end low, which I wouldn't recommend doing, but you can, and you can stop the ball and spin it. Then you can also hit a backhand drop shot where you go like that also. You start high and finish low, which I also don't recommend. It's very tough. So I would just stick to your low to high, your top spin backhand, and then low to high on your forehand, your top spin forehand. And that's all you really need to know. So to wrap it up, footwork, make sure your feet are side by side, one in front of the other, and you want to step across when you hit your forehand. Backhand, you want to do the same thing, step across when you hit the backhand, and just always make sure to be looking at your opponent, knowing where he's out on the court. You don't want to just hit it right back to him. And then also remember form on your racket, your grip, and then also just the stroke. You want to remember what I said with the forehand. You want to wipe through, almost like you're swinging with this hand first. Then on the backhand, it's more of a baseball swing, so almost like a mid between a baseball and golf swing. So with those tips, I hope you now are able to hit a forehand.